This is Good Morning Delhi with Chris.
Radio 1.
Good morning. How are you doing? And welcome to Good Morning Delhi. And we keep it good by helping you in a variety of ways. And one of that would be, well, helping you figure out how to get more bang for your buck, for your money. You work so very hard for it. Now make it do all the work for you. And this is what UTI Swatantra, an investor education initiative, is attempting to do, is to help you, empower you, give you more of an idea of how you're going to, make sense of that money. And someone who's been doing it for, well, decades now is Samir Rastogi. He's managing director with Saksham Wealth Solutions Private Limited, and he's been at it for 18 years, financial services and advisory, and he's joining us for the entire week here to make sense of all of this. Good morning, Samir. How are you doing?
Good morning, Chris. I'm doing very well. How are you?
I'm great. So, Samir, tell me something. This is completely off the cuff. Does it happen to you that people know that you're in financial services, so every time you're at a party or, sort of anywhere, the first thing people say is like, hey, what can I do with my money?
Yes, certainly it is happening nowadays. Okay, so not when I actually begin my career. Okay. At that time the financial products were not so popular, but nowadays, yes, they have caught up.
Right, okay. And how comfortable are you in that role of sort of mentoring and sort of steering and advising?
Off-the-cuff advisory is very difficult because unless you know the person really well or you know the circumstances. Yeah. So while having a conversation at a party, may not come to be a good advice. Yeah. Okay, so but yes, I'm very comfortable if we can spend time, with the clients.
Sure. This is where you keep visiting cards with you and say, why don't you call me at my office and I'll give you an hour. Okay, so yes. Coming around to the conversation we're going to have for the entire week, we've been talking about mutual funds, and today no financial plan, frankly, is a financial plan without mutual funds. How critical is it? From the whole bouquet of things that you can have, mutual funds occupies what position there?
Chris, according to me, mutual funds should occupy number one slot in your financial plan. Maybe, first step could be possibly term insurance or, risk hedging. But when it comes to accumulation of wealth over your, for your long-term goals, nothing can beat mutual funds. So it has to be number one.
So I guess the next question for anyone would be, okay, how do I get there, Samir? Like, how do I, tap into this mutual fund route?
It's not rocket science, okay, but problem with us is that financial literacy in India is really low. So the way it should work is that, we should develop a financial plan, and based on our goals, okay, then we should start looking at our asset allocation, how much of equity, how much of debt. And then we should start considering, how much we should be parking money into mutual funds and for how long, what is our risk appetite. So that's how we, get on board with mutual funds.
All right, okay. And we're going to talk about the SIP while we sip on our coffee in the break. We'll be back with more conversation here on UTI Swatantra and Investor Education Initiative powered by Radio 1. We'll be back.
This is Good Morning Delhi with Chris.
Radio 1.
Hello there. Good morning. Welcome back to UTI Swatantra and Investor Education Initiative powered by Radio 1. Joining me for a conversation is Samir Rastogi, Managing Director of Saksham Wealth Solutions Private Limited. We talked about, what you've been doing for the last 18, 20 years. And of course, also the fact that today a financial plan is nothing without mutual funds. The SIP, right? The advantages of investing through the SIP mode into mutual funds. Talk about that.
Sure, Chris. SIPs work wonders in your financial plan. Okay. First thing it does, that people generally are very wary about how the market direction looks like, whether it is the right time to get into the market or market is low, market is high, whatever. Okay. So with SIP, because you are going to invest small amounts regularly, so you don't have to time the market. Okay, so it takes the mental headache of timing the market. So that is biggest of advantages. Number two, because you are investing regularly, it averages out the market momentum and you earn, good amount of units, which, we can discuss in detail later on. And it is, it's very easy on your pocket. Okay. How it works is that you are going to earn money on monthly basis. Mm-hmm. Okay. And it is always easy to, set aside some money on monthly basis. This money can go into, SIPs. Mm-hmm. So you don't have to accumulate big money and then invest into something, just like it works with housing.
Yeah.
Okay. Wherein you have to accumulate a lot of money. So this doesn't require, a lot of money to get started. it's very flexible. It doesn't lock you in with any kind of set commitments. So you can stop your SIPs, you can increase your SIPs, you can change the funds anytime that you want. So flexibility is another advantage. And then you can go on and on for as long as you want. Okay, so the magic of compounding really works when you are getting in for long term with SIPs. So these are fantastic and they work wonders for your financial planning.
All right, it's almost like dancing the tango with your money. We're going to have more conversation in the entire week with Sameer Rastogi, Managing Director of Saksham Wealth Solutions Private Limited, right here on UTI Swatantra and Invest Education Initiative, powered by Radio 1. And stay, because there's more music up ahead, and I'll be back.
UTI Mutual Fund presents UTI Swatantra Series Season 2, powered by 94.3 Radio 1.
This is Good Morning Delhi with Chris.
Radio 1.
Welcome back to Good Morning Delhi. How you doing? And of course, this is the part where we help you figure out your money, because hey, you know what? Not everybody knows everything, but there are some folk who make it their business. And someone like Sameer Rastogi, Managing Director of Saksham Wealth Solutions Private Limited, has been doing it for 2 decades now. Thank you so much, Sameer, for being a part of UTI Swatantra and Invest Education Initiative, powered by Radio 1.
Thank you, Chris.
So, you talked about compounding, which I'm going to come to in a bit. But when people talk about stock markets, they always talk about, the fluctuations, which is rupee cost averaging. It's in a way, it's a good thing. So tell us a little bit more. Just expand on that.
Chris, the way SIP works, it makes volatility a friend of the investor.
Right.
Okay, so whenever you are investing on periodical basis, regular, small amounts, and with the bouts of volatility, being encountered, in the market, the purchasing power of your money goes up. Okay, so imagine that, when the market tanks by 10% and your goal is like 5 years away and 10 years away, during that phase, your money actually is going to buy more units. Okay, which when in the long term the market will actually beat the market itself.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
So rupee cost averaging works in a way that with regular investing you beat the market with a lot of surety.
Right.
Okay.
Right. And you talked about compounding yesterday. So can you also expand on that? Because SIPs, there's a power of compounding going on over there.
I would like to quote Albert Einstein on this. So he mentioned something like this: compound interest is eighth wonder of the world. Those who understand it earn it. Those who don't pay it. Okay, so entirely depends upon on what side we are in. So that's why the banking industry, which is earning compounding interest, is making a lot of money. Okay, by lending us for housing or whatever. Okay, but through mutual funds, we can also actually earn the same compounding interest.
Right.
So compounding interest also technically means that whenever I am investing 100 rupees, I'm going to earn interest on it, and then I'm going to earn interest on the same principal and the added interest, and like it goes on.
Right.
So for a common man, it can also be put it like this: that 1 rupee becomes 2, 2 rupees becomes 4, 4 rupees becomes 16, and like this.
Sure.
Okay, so that's how
the fun basically doesn't stop with an SIP.
Absolutely. The more time you put in,
the more the merrier.
The more the merrier.
Okay, all right. We're going to come back, talk some more here on UTI Swatantra on Good Morning Delhi with Sameer Rastogi, Managing Director, Saksham Wealth Solutions Private Limited. Stay with us.
This is Good Morning Delhi with Chris.
Radio 1.
All right, welcome back to Good Morning Delhi. How you doing? This is UTI Swatantra, an Invest Education Initiative powered by Radio 1. Sameer, what are those 3 golden investment rules when you're investing through SIPs? Can you tell that?
Number 1 rule: have your goals clearly set out. All your investment should be linked to a goal, and more so for SIP because they are going to form a major chunk of your portfolio.
All right.
Okay. So whether it is for retirement or it's for kids' education, choose the right kind of fund, right kind of SIP, right kind of amount, and maintain a discipline. Okay. So coming to the discipline, this is rule number 2, wherein we are talking about come what may. Maintain your discipline of regular investment. People often make mistakes that whenever the markets have gone down and the returns were discouraging in the short term, people get disheartened and stop their SIPs, but then this is not going to work for them because that is the best time when you could have earned.
Right,
okay.
right.
And the third is that you have to begin as early as possible. Okay. These days I see, and it's very, very encouraging sign that children, when they grow up, take up the jobs, the parents are telling them, why don't you do an SIP right away? So, start into a saving habit as early as possible. Imagine a person who begins his career at age 22, 23, starts an SIP, he has like 30 years, 35 years, of compounding effect, working for him.
Yeah.
So that is going to really, work. So, give more number of years for compounding. So that will work.
I got another one. Better late than never.
Absolutely.
All right, we're going to come back again tomorrow and have Sameer Rastogi over on UTI Swatantra and Investor Education Initiative powered by Radio 1. He's here to share his expertise with you. Please use it. It's free. And of course, we'll be back with more music up ahead right here on Good Morning Delhi.
UTI Mutual Fund presents UTI Swatantra Series Season 2, powered by 94.3 Radio 1.
This is Good Morning Delhi with Chris.
Radio 1.
Hey, how you doing? It is, of course, another day and more ideas, more, ways in which you can actually get your money to work for you. And all these conversations here on UTI Swatantra and Investor Education Initiative, powered by Radio 1. And I've got Sameer Rastogi, Managing Director of Saksham Wealth Solutions Private Limited. Sameer, we spoke about, compounding. We spoke about investment rules when you're investing through SIPs. Today, I wanted to get into, other areas when it comes to SIPs. Now, how does an SIP work? Do I need to pay each month manually?
No, not at all. It may sound complex, but it is very, very convenient, to operate. So the way it works, Chris, is that at the time of signing up, for an SIP, one gives an OTM, which is called one-time mandate. Mm-hmm. So one-time mandate is a standing instruction to a bank to transfer money to the respective fund for which you are signing up on periodical basis and the amount that you are signing up for.
Got it.
Okay, so it happens in autopilot mode and it happens, so very convenient. Mm-hmm. And as long as you want to continue, you can continue and you can stop the OTM, which is one-time maintenance, as in when you want.
Okay, well, see, it works with you. It works around you. It works for you. That is what an SIP is, a systematic investment plan. And we got more conversation with Sameer Rastogi, Managing Director of Saksham Wealth Solutions Private Limited, up ahead here on UTI Swatantra and Investor Education Initiative powered by Radio 1.
This is Good Morning Delhi with Chris.
Radio 1.
Hey, welcome back. How are you doing? I hope you're enjoying the conversation. And of course, it's also informative because it helps you figure out what you're going to do with that money that's just been lying around. And I've got Sameer Rastogi, Managing Director of Saksham Wealth Solutions Private Limited, joining us. I was wondering, can you gift a person an SIP? I mean, sounds like a great gift.
Oh, certainly. Yes. Why not?
Yeah.
And it's a catching up trend also of gifting, especially with the grandparents, who want to gift something on the birthday of a, child, of their grandchild, or just for any other purpose. Okay.
Right.
So they can easily gift. What they need to, sign up is third party mandate, wherein a proof of relationship is required. So the investment remains in the name of the child, which will be available to him once he is a major.
Right.
Okay. The guardians of the investment will remain the parents.
Okay.
But actual gifting is happening and money is flowing from the accounts of the grandparents.
Okay. Hey, granddad or grandmom, as the case may be, if you're looking at a swell gift, though it may seem a tad bit not so creative, but if you ask me, many years from now when your grandkids trying to cash in, they'll be like, thanks, granddad. Okay, Sameer, we're going to catch up with you again tomorrow here on UTI Swatantra and Investor Education Initiative, powered by Radio 1. It's happening on 94.3. We'll be back with more conversation and more music up ahead.
UTI Mutual Fund presents UTI Swatantra Series Season 2, powered by 94.3 Radio 1.
This is Good Morning Delhi with Chris.
Radio 1.
It's day 4, Sameer. I feel like I'm getting to know you so well. Welcome to UTI Swatantra, an Investor Education Initiative powered by Radio 1. Sameer, when did you sort of put down your first SIP?
In the third month of my profession.
Really?
Yes, I realized the potential, and the moment I started earning, although it was a very small amount, but I began with that discipline.
Mm-hmm. And it's been, of course, many years since, and you've not looked back since.
Yeah, not at all. I've been very well rewarded, and I swear by it in a way.
All right, okay. Well, he's walking the talk when it comes to, the advice that he's dispensing here on UTI Swatantra. Okay, so today I thought we could also talk about SIPs being used for retirement. Everybody wants a nest egg, right? Everybody wants to put away money for, those golden years. SIPs, I can't think of anything better than that, frankly.
Certainly, yes. Okay, see, retirement is going to be one goal which nobody can put away, and is going to be a major chunk of your financial plan.
Yeah.
Okay, I would say that 70-80% of the financial assets will be used for your retirement. In India, right now, we do not have great options for retirement planning. Okay, most of the investments are under delivering, I would rather say, because most of the investments are delivering below inflation. It is only SIPs in mutual funds which can actually deliver beyond inflation, and they deliver you handsome returns, and they can help you achieve financial independence the way you want it.
All right. Well, it sounds like a no-brainer to me. If you're looking at shoring up and saving for the long, cold, hard winter, an SIP is the way to go. We'll come back, talk about SIPs for children's education. That is something that parents like you and me concerned about. We want to put away as much as we possibly can for a rock-solid education for our kids. It's the best gift you can give your kids. We'll talk about how SIPs can help you do that with UTI Swatantra and Investor Education Initiative powered by Radio 1 here on Good Morning Delhi.
This is Good Morning Delhi with Chris.
Radio 1.
Welcome back. Yeah, how you doing? And welcome to the conversation we're having on UTI Swatantra and Investor Education Initiative powered by Radio 1. Samir Rastogi, Managing Director of Saksham Wealth Solutions Private Limited. Samir, we talked about using the SIP route to shore up for retirement. But children's education, I can't see why it can't work there as well.
Oh yes, it certainly works. Kids' education is also becoming more and more challenging these days, because a lot of parents have aspirations that their children should go abroad and the costs are prohibitive. Okay, not only that, if one were to educate their children, in India also, because of, private sector, universities coming up and the inflation being between 12% to 14%, the way the costs are going up is high. Just like retirement, again, in kids' education also, I do not see any other product which can beat the education inflation. So it becomes imperative. Okay, right. For education, it becomes imperative that we use SIPs.
And, with children's education, you're looking at a window of 10, 15 years. And, that's as much as it takes.
The key is, Chris, that earlier we start, the better it is. Okay, right at, the time when the child is born, maybe 6 months, from the birth, okay, one should begin with an SIP. Because, education is one goal again which cannot be pushed. By the time child is 18 or 20, you would require the money.
Yeah.
So more delay we make, more asking rate of
the more it's going to sort of stress you out.
It's like a one day international game, so if 10 overs you waste, rest of the 40 overs you'll have to
spend time making it up. Okay. All right, it's funny how cricket can come into any conversation, huh? All right, we're going to come back for more conversation tomorrow. Samir Rastogi with me, Managing Director of Saksham Wealth Solutions Private Limited. This is Good Morning Delhi on 94.3 Radio 1. We're keeping it good. Stick around, more music up ahead.
UTI Mutual Fund presents UTI Swatantra Series Season 2, powered by 94.3 Radio 1.
This is Good Morning Delhi with Chris.
Radio 1.
Welcome. How you doing? Welcome back. It's a Friday. Yay! Okay, and I know you're probably thinking, hey, Chris, can we talk about something else? But, man, we got to talk about your money. We got to figure this out. And we're doing it on UTI Swatantra, an Investor Education Initiative powered by Radio 1. Samir Rastogi, Managing Director of Saksham Wealth Solutions Private Limited. Samir, we've been talking the entire week about, SIPs, about mutual funds. Now, I want to ask you about SIPs, and this is incredible, about how they can help you when it comes to tax saving. How cool is that? Is it?
Very relevant question.
Yeah.
Okay, we have very conventional choices like opening a PPF account, buying an LIC policy, or some similar. They're not very smart investment, let me just tell you. But when it comes to SIPs, SIPs help you in tax saving with lower lock-in period. Okay, so the minimum lock-in period, with SIP, also rather the maximum I would say, is just 3 years. This is against PPF or any other thing, which can talk about 15 years or 20 years. Okay, the rate of returns are much better. Okay, so a PPF has an upper cap of 7.5, 7.8 these days. LIC policy doesn't fetch more than 6%, and average rate of SIP returns in equity linked saving schemes that I'm referring to, because that is how you save taxes, can be in the range of 12% to 15%, and then on the top of it you do not have to pay taxes on it.
After 3 years.
After 3 years.
My gosh, look, it's like a silver bullet. It's a one size fits all. Yeah, it's kind of like that, right?
Yeah,
okay, all right. We're going to come back and have more conversation here with Samir Rastogi, Managing Director of Saksham Wealth Solutions Private Limited. Stay with us here on 94.3 Radio 1.
This is Good Morning Delhi with Chris.
Radio 1.
Hey, how you doing? Welcome back. And of course, my final, round of questions with Samir Rastogi, Managing Director of Saksham Wealth Solutions Private Limited on UTI Swatantra. We talked about SIPs and we have been the entire weekend. This is pretty much, I think, winding down now. There's a whole variety, there's a whole plethora of choices when it comes to SIPs, from what I understand.
Correct.
Can you kind of shed more light on that?
Yes, Chris, SIP is a strategy to get into any kind of investment asset class. Okay, let's put it like this: that if I feel that large cap funds are going to deliver me better returns, so I will do an SIP in large cap.
Right.
If I expect that I want to play safe, and I can actually pick an SIP in debt funds. If I feel that gold is likely to turn around, or I want to accumulate gold for my kids' marriage,
Right.
okay, then I can do an SIP in gold. So likewise, all the asset classes available through mutual funds can have an SIP. So SIP as a mode can get you into different asset classes.
Right.
So that's the kind of variety that we are talking about.
Okay.
So that's good.
Yeah, wow. It sounds like the thing to do. Are you thinking about it? If you haven't done it, then well, get going. Like we said earlier, better late than never. Thank you, Samir, for being a part of UTI Swatantra and Investor Education Initiative. You have educated us.
My pleasure, of course.
All right, we're going to come back for more conversation here on Good Morning Delhi. And of course, it's a Friday, so we're looking to have some fun. I hope you are too. Stay with us.
UTI Mutual Fund presents UTI Swatantra Series Season 2, powered by 94.3 Radio 1.